crazy thing going on right now where if you are a business trying to text message your customers, so this is just maybe ordinary one-to-one messaging, or you're doing some sort of A2P messaging where an application is messaging a person, application to person, it might feel like it's impossible to get through and to deal with the campaign registry and KYC and, your CPAS company or, whatever messaging company you're using to send it, and, AT&T and Verizon, T-Mobile and what they're doing, and it's all obtuse and nothing really makes sense, and it's rate limited, and there's this conversion to 10DLC, and there's this massive just mess going on for businesses trying to send text messages. But at the same time, on the other side, for a person with a cell phone, you get relentless amount of spam text messages. And so it's crazy to me that both are still the case. How is it impossible for a business to be able to register itself for P2P or A2P messaging, to send text messages? And at the same time, every day, my phone is just a barrage of spam SMS. It's just this weird, quirky thing, and it creates this really strange problem where you're, if I'm giving counsel to a company trying to work through their A2P messaging, and they're having trouble, with their existing carrier or looking for a new carrier, trying to change carriers, or all these different things that are going on, of explaining to them what the process is going to be like to go through and, and get registered with TCR and get approved and be able to send campaigns. And the reaction is almost like, you could just see it on their face. It's like they don't believe you because they, flat out, they feel like I'm lying to them. Then they start through the process and they find out, no, it's actually really difficult right now to go through start to finish and get your campaigns registered and to get approved and be able to actually send messages and get any reasonable throughput. And these same people, they're going through the process and see how hard it is, will then get bajillions of text messages on their own cell phones that are, just garbage. And it's like, well, how are these people sending it if I can't send it? And what's going on over here? What do we do about it? It's just this really weird point in tech. And the closest thing I can think of that I remember is, early to mid 2000s, when email spam had just gotten so egregiously bad. And when organizations like Spam House really started cracking down, and we started seeing things like Spam Assassin hit the market, and AmivSD knew, and there was all of a sudden open source projects that were applying Bayesian filtering that allowed us to actually create some semblance of an effective anti-spam detection and gateway. And then we had Postini come on the market, which was phenomenal, and was eventually acquired by Google and became a lot of what, I'm sure Google still uses today in Workspace for spam and virus filtering. But it really just reminds me of that. It's, it's strange to be at that age now where I'm into my second and third iteration of it's like the same problem, just reinventing itself into different ways. And fortunately I started this thing when I was in my teens. So, I'll probably have one more cycle in this left. I should, but it is just crazy. I don't know what is going to happen and how long this takes to sort out. And when we see, how far does this pendulum really push, to clean up and do registrations and KYCs, and where TCR ends up being, and how far that swings to one extreme before it comes back and kind of normalizes. And it'll probably normalize. These things always end up in some sort of equilibrium of acceptance. You still get tons of email sent to you, and hopefully most of it's filtered. And now companies have mechanisms with SPF and more importantly, DKM and DMARC to protect their own brands to send out. And that infrastructure hasn't really hit telco for dialing and for SMS just yet. It's coming. Anyways, back to the original point. Just it's crazy. This week has been just filled with a lot of conversations with people really frustrated about trying to get, registrations and being able to use their phone numbers to send messaging and interact with their customers. And this has gotten really extreme to the point of a customer has come and spent money with us. We have their cell phone number because they gave it to us, and we need to be able to email them or text them confirmation that their product is shipped or their product's available or this is going on, or, hey, come back and buy with us again. again. I mean, there's opt-out mechanisms available in text messaging. It's really easy. All you have to do is just type stop. By the way, big keyword there if you don't know about it. If you're getting text messages from just garbage and spam, use your phone to report it as spam, send it to your carrier as spam. But if you have a merchant that's messaging you and you just don't want to get the messages anymore, just reply STOP, and their platform will block you. They'll immediately remove you from the system. It's very elegant and it works great. Anyways, random rant today, just on the current state of SMS and what's going on. I'm Max Clark. That was way under 20 minutes. Have a great day.